Today is Thursday, August 6th, and we'll be looking at the 23rd chapter of the Gospel of Luke. Luke is in we're in the throes of the Passion narrative. And so Jesus, having been taken and tried by the high council, is now taken before Pilate and questioned before Pilate. This is synoptic. This is in Matthew and Mark as well. And it's also in ancient Christian creeds that Jesus was brought before Pilate. Suffered under Pontius Pilate is the phrase. In Luke's gospel, though, Jesus goes somewhere else after he has been interviewed by the Roman procurate or governor. He goes to Herod. He's Herod's race. He's Herod's case. And I think a lot of people think that that's just part of the Passion story. And it's been depicted, yes, in popular culture about Jesus, especially Andrew Lloyd Webber, Jesus Christ Superstar. Hate to mention it again, but they took a page out of Luke because the visit to Herod is only in Luke's gospel. This encounter with Herod during the Passion, where Herod gets Jesus in his, court and is looking for Jesus to make a sign, give him a sign. And inspired by that, Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical has that whole song and dance number in Herod's court in the musical. If you are the Christ, the real Jesus Christ, prove to me that you're no fool. Walk across my swimming pool. Very fun and clever number, and wouldn't be here without Luke's gospel. So Luke's gospel accounts this Herod wanting Jesus to do a sign for him. He finds no fault with him, but that day, oddly enough, and now is when we jump forward to the ending scene in Casablanca, where Pilate and Herod begin a beautiful friendship. I'm referring to you like purists, Louis and Rick. Louis is the police with the Vichy in Casablanca, and Rick is the guy who owns the bar casino, Humphrey Bogart character. At the very closing scene after the plane leaves with the girl he loves and Victor Laszlo, he says, "Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship." And that's the scene I just imagine, that Herod and Pilate are just walking off into the sunset. Having once been enemies, are now friends. So that's pointed out here. That's the only place it's pointed out because there's the only scene where we have this Herod encounter in the Passion narrative. And we move on to the exchange for Barabbas and Pilate trying to get any way he can not to have this man's blood on his hands. So they call for Barabbas to be released, and he has been in prison for insurrection and murder this time. A little more harsh than he is depicted in the other Gospels. And, Pilate's trying to no avail to get him released, so they crucify him. And same thing, Simon of Cyrene and all that. With two others on either side, which is common to all four Gospels. But only in Luke's Gospel, again, do we have the story of the thief on one side that says, you need to save yourself and save us while you're at it. And then the other one rebukes him and says, no, this man's done nothing wrong, and we deserve our punishment. And then he turns to Jesus and he said, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus says, hanging on the cross, right next to the guy he just met, who just said that he deserves to be on it. This day you will be with me in paradise. So I guess back when Jesus said, ask and it shall be given unto you, he meant it. Because this is how he's displaying it, the sacrificial love. Right, the cross, taking on the cross, doing all the things that he decided to do in the garden for all of humanity. Yes, yes. And even on the cross, in the moments of pain, forgiveness and love. Right there. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. This day you will be with me in paradise. No purgatory, no waiting, no getting enough points. Just this day you'll be with me. Just love and grace. Then Jesus dies. And again, Joseph of Arimathea, all 4 Gospels, he's there, same guy. The women followed, but they did not anoint the body of Jesus because of the Sabbath. The Sabbath was approaching and it was getting dark and they had to go home. So Luke's Gospel tells us they saw where the tomb was and how he was laid, so that they had a mental picture of what they were going to deal with on Sunday morning when they returned to the tomb. And we all know what they found when they got there. Even though it's Thursday, today, Luke 23, was Good Friday, and Sunday's coming.